Yo, what's up, guys? All right, I just got here. We're at a meetup in Wheaton, Illinois. So excuse me as I get ready. Oh, hold on 1 second. Oh, it's windy. Put away carts. Oh man. All right, so we're at a meetup here in Wheaton at the Whole Foods Flat Earth Meetup. So it should be a lot of fun, guys. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Yeah, I am getting ready for this meetup right now. I'm gonna bring some t-shirts. Hold on 1 second. That's a large. Perfect. I got this flat earth t-shirt that I printed. But yeah, we're going into lock my door. Lock it. You know, I'm so excited to go to these flat earth meetup. I get hold on, let me flip the camera around. Got a little cluster there. But yeah, so should be great. What's up, Fire for Truth? How you doing, man? So his name is Meetup. So we're meeting here. Let's see if we can locate him. I'm live, so I'm not sure if I can text him, but I'm hoping that I'll just recognize him. All right, I don't see anybody. Perhaps in the tap room area. Hello. Meet up at Whole Foods. Alright. I don't know what this guy looks like, so. Hey, what's up, Flat Earth Hawaii? How you doing, man? Let me double check and see if he texted me. Oh, Timothy texted me. What's up, Isaiah? Yeah, I don't see a text, but I guess we'll see. On the long table. Oh, there you are. Okay. All right, I found him. What's up, man? How you doing? I got you something.
Thank you, man.
Flat Earth T-shirt,
Hey, how you doing?
brother.
Pleasure, man.
So yeah, I'm RealmWalker. How do you pronounce your name?
Malav.
Malav.
Malav, yeah.
Okay, I said Maylav. I'm sorry.
No worries.
So I'm live on YouTube right now.
Okay. Awesome.
Just turn the camera around. All right.
Awesome, yeah.
So
Hey,
yeah.
guys.
So yeah, we're gonna get set up here. So man, what you got? You got Scientism Exposed?
Yeah. Sorry, that's my
Oh,
dog. Sorry about
how
that.
you doing, buddy? I didn't even see you there. Gucci. So how'd you meet Timmy on Facebook?
No, Timothy, I met him at I think the first meetup that Jake came out to, Jake Gibson.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
In 20, a couple years ago.
that was quite a while ago, huh?
Yeah, so I think I met him over there, and then I think that's the only time I met him. And then I actually met him a couple other times, but I don't remember exactly right now.
Yeah, he's a good dude,
Yeah,
man.
he's a good dude.
Yeah, I love that guy. Yeah, he couldn't make it today. He said he had to work, so
Yeah, he's all the way up in the north side, right?
yeah. Plus, he's trying to like basically build up time for I guess to take some time off to go do like a flat earth tour and like, meet some people and stuff. Got some pamphlets there.
He was flattered for, where exactly?
Said, oh, where is he going? I don't know. He said he was trying to like do like a cross country trip.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah. So I want to join him, but I'm married, so I have to figure that out into my,
Right.
my married lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
But But yeah. Zoom Truth. Okay. Yeah, German R. What's up, man? How you doing? Fired for Truth?
So, not really sure how many people are going to show up. It was a short announcement. I asked them to announce it after the show. That's the only thing.
Was that the show she did with Zoom?
Yes.
Yeah,
It
with
was
the.
the show before the last show. I think it was the secret show. She announced it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So hopefully, I mean, even if it's just us, man, it's still a great
it's good
meetup.
network.
Yeah, I love meeting flat earthers. It's pretty much what I base my life on.
Any in Chicago at all?
A couple. Yeah, like let's see. I'm trying to think of British Steve, but he's from the UK, but he actually just moved back. He was like he sometimes travels and comes to the US and he'll like hang out for a week or whatever. But aside from that, I think there was a few people I met like when I did my first meetup in April of 2000. I think it was 17 or 18 or something like that. And yeah, there was like a good turnout. It was like almost 10 or 11 people showed up for that meetup, and then that was it. And I do meetups all the time, and I've never seen that many people show up ever. Ever.
But that was the first one, and then people showed
The
up.
first one I did, and then like all these people showed up, and then after that, that was it. It was like
there anybody, was it in the city?
it was in the city. It was over in like Milwaukee Damon area, Wicklow Park, whatever. So, and then that I actually got lucky. It was on my birthday, and we set it up. It was supposed to be, my buddy owns a dental clinic out there, so he's going to let us use the front office of the dental clinic. And then, because he owns the building, so he gave us a rooftop. So we ended up taking the party to the rooftop, and it was amazing. Yeah, it was such a great experience. So yeah, man. Yeah, who's live in the chat? I'm sorry, I'm going to just kind of check. All right, here we go.
So,
Zoom Truth.
I know you interviewed with Nate from Fire.
Yeah, he's on here too.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think he's still in the chat somewhere.
I'm hoping to see him at the Take on the World conference.
Oh, right on.
In Ohio, and I think it's in August.
Okay.
Middle of August. Have you ever heard of that conference?
Yes.
You have?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I don't know if I'll be able to go. Like I said.
Right.
But I am. I'm like right now. I got to a point where I just got a good job, so I'm actually like saving money and not saving money yet, but catching up on my bills so I could save some money, so that we could start actually planning on doing like going to conferences and stuff like that. I just want to meet more flat earthers and
It's good to network.
yeah.
For me, what it's been really difficult. Around here, it doesn't seem to be. Everybody has a buck.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much about it.
Did you grow up in Wheaton?
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice.
For most of my life. 30 years.
Fantastic. Yeah. I mean, like how is it? You dig it out here? Or?
I mean, this is suburban life.
Yeah. I mean, I live in the suburbs too, so
Yeah, this is, western suburbs.
Yeah.
Chicagoland is like, it's really hard to explain to someone. It's like there's Chicago and there's Chicago.
Yeah.
They all kind of meld into each other, but you have your own little flavors. The southwest side, the west side, the northern suburbs. It's kind of like something.
There's Fire for Truth, Mikey, horizontally opposed, and then German R. Yeah, we got 11 people watching, so that's fantastic. Oh,
But
now it's 9.
Anybody that hasn't been to Chicago, it's something that's I highly recommend. Neighborhood to neighborhood, because it's a lot different from one neighborhood to another.
Yeah.
Touring or
Oh, excuse me, guys. I'm trying to set up my. Just want to make it a little bit more hands-free. Oh, that's better. All right, cool. So yeah, man.
When did you get these made up?
Oh, those are kind of old. They're probably they're a couple years old, but we just updated them with some new. There's like 2 new proofs in there that we just added. So I would say maybe like 5 months old at this point, but about time for a new version. But yeah, I did the illustrations on the front there. Yeah, here I'll show these guys. So we're talking about these flyers right here. Let's see. How's the weather? Yeah, the weather here is very windy out there. We witnessed a shopping cart slam into a car as I was getting out of the car,
The weather's been bad last.
all flustered.
Yeah, I think we're not going to have a spring. The spring is going to
Gone.
be. Yeah, gone, right?
Yeah. Well, it'll just skip over, yeah, straight to like fall, straight to fall. But yeah, that's it. That's all we get.
So how long have you been doing activism?
Oh man, since that first meetup with Timothy. So yeah, that was yeah, I think that was either 2016. I'm like a really bad track of time. Like I have no concept of time or anything. So for me, it's just like just a while ago. That's everything is in the past and the future is in the future, and that's just how I'm operating. So that's bad. But yeah, I've been doing activism for quite some time now, and honestly, it's to me it was like the most obvious step because it's like, you know, when you first became a flat earther, it's like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and then you're like, okay, that's not enough. I need to do this, and I'm like, all right, that's not enough, and it's just like adding more and more to the plate, and I got to the point where I'm just like trying to occupy my time as much as I possibly can to just do something for the community, whatever I can, whether it's like, the activism, animations or, artwork or, helping out with this or that. So that's pretty much just what I try to do. So, though there's other things that like for instance, like I was supposed to help like FE Core do some stuff, but honestly I got so overwhelmed with time, I think I held them back. So I don't know if they're still going to use me or not, so I don't know where I'm standing with them.
They did a test the other day.
Yep, the force to level. Yeah, and that's the thing. I was supposed to do some animations and stuff like that for them, and I just got so occupied with time. I fell sick like maybe like a week, like 2 weeks ago, and I was sick up until this past week. So up until actually a few days ago, I just finally started getting better. So it was like rough. So that threw me behind on everything, and I actually had other projects that I wanted to work on too that I haven't even been able to touch. So, and then I run the Flat Earth Activist live stream. It's like a 24/7 live stream for Flat Earth activism, and I just kind of post whatever videos on there, just other activists and stuff.
Do you know Joshua?
Yeah, authentic intent. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, good dude.
Very good dude.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, and with him too is like like he was down and out for quite some time, and now he's back hitting it hard. So like, there's no excuse for me to take such a hiatus for so long, But I'm ready to get back out there. Probably by next week I'll be doing activism again. So I'm supposed to do it this week, but you know how that goes.
Yeah, activism's not really for me with her, so I can't really do too much activism with her right now.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, she's a service dog.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, can I ask why, or I don't want to be too intrusive.
I have safety PTSD, complex PTSD,
Okay. Yeah.
different trauma situations.
That makes sense.
Throughout my life.
Yeah, why would you want to be in stressful situations like that?
Right. Well,
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Without getting into detail, there's lots of trauma for everybody, especially in America.
Yeah.
We're kind of born into trauma, all these events that are kind of enacted out in the public and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you. Like it's like we're under like constant bombardment 24/7. There's always something being pushed down our throats. Or...
Some of it's a lot of trauma is like most people just don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
It's just you gotta live with it. Most people are conditioned to accept the reality that's given to them. Or that the evils of the world are what they are,
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
nobody questions it. And after a while, it's pretty like, I know there's something not wrong with me.
Right.
Right. So you're like, after you dig into it, everybody's accepted a lie, and it's more comfortable to live that rather than you search out the truth, which is a little bit more difficult to accept and swallow.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that aspect of it is it's traumatic to just wake up every day to this shit going.
Yeah. German R has actually said this a couple times. He's like, he can't do activism because it would just push him over the line, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel him on that. I told him, I was like, yeah, I totally understand.
I'm not someone that people need to. For me, is that show them like I don't know. It takes too much energy for me to convince someone that it's not it's, how do you explain to someone that you don't really condition so truth is so hard for you to accept because that's the biggest thing for you to overcome pride.
Yep.
For you to overcome that, it's you're going to have to see somebody that looks like not having your degree, not having different than not your social class, might know something that might be more beneficial in many ways than your material understanding of
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, we've all been socially
I've been
conditioned.
there where I spent too much energy, like as a child, just trying to all the way up, asking questions to teachers, things like that. Everyone's giving you the same standard answer.
Yeah, the same spiel. Yeah,
They were taught, everybody tells you that, and
Just
after a while, you get lost in
regurgitating.
the world, and that's kind of what happened to me.
Yep.
After a while, trauma took its toll, and blessing, she came into my life, and eventually, so that's really too much.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, like at least you have some support. Like
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, like in the situation that we're in, we're even like confined in even a smaller bracket than most other people. Because how many people have come to this truth? I mean, I want to say it's like a higher percentage now than it was before, but oh, awesome! My wife's getting a ride home.
People think gain knowledge, they gain knowledge from people that are authority figures. But
Yeah.
who do you give authority to in your life?
Right.
To men, to God.
Exactly.
In the end, if you're giving it to men, you're going to be deceived. And for me, I didn't know how to find knowledge. So my whole life, we were coming to God as a situation. And I had to seek it out my whole life.
Yeah.
Seek Him out my whole life. Through my experiences, I found Him. And I knew He wouldn't lie to me. So
Yep.
for me, it was all about trusting Him. Trusting Him, I trust what He gave me. For my senses, natural abilities, not words. Spells that people cast on you to believe certain lies that are true. You can tell someone, just gossip is like magic.
Yeah.
In a sense. You gossip about someone. You can make someone believe something negative about someone just by gossip. That's magic.
Yep.
That's
Yeah, that's
power with words.
Yep. Sorcery. Yeah.
So things like that, most people can't even fathom or understand what's going on in this world. That we're spiritual beings in this material existence. That for me, to come to this understanding, it wasn't just school studies and going to temple Bible study and that. It was life, and then blessed to cross paths with those people that were interested in the same questions that I wanted to answer.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I think God has like a way of helping us seek out our fellow brothers, because like that's like one thing, like meeting Tim was 100% God's plan, because it was at the point where like I was sort of like at the beginning of my spiritual crossroads, and then I meet him, and it definitely helped. It helped me sort of like create like a support system, like basically another person that had faith that I can have around me, that I can talk to about that kind of thing.
All right, where did you meet?
It was at my first meetup, actually. It's funny because me and Tim were originally supposed to meet months before. I was on, for a short while, this is like right before I deleted my Facebook, so it's been like about 3 years since I've deleted my Facebook account. But it was like right before then, and he was going to film like one of the lunar eclipses or something like that, and he was looking for people to go with him, and I was like, yo, I'll go with you 100%. And I forgot what happened. Something went down where I wasn't able to go meet up with him, so that got scrapped. And then when he came to the meetup, I was like, hey, you're the guy that I was supposed to meet up to film the eclipse with. It was a lunar eclipse. And he was just like, oh, it was you. And then all of a sudden we just hit it off. But it was like, as soon as I met him, I realized like this is definitely like a really good dude. Like you just meet people and you just get that vibe from them. Like, yeah, like I totally feel what this guy's on. Like, so I knew we were gonna be brothers after that, and that's exactly what happened. Like, we literally like started hanging out like all the time. So, and then I invited him to my wedding. It was like around the time where I was engaged. So all of a sudden, like he's gonna be at my wedding. He's at my bachelor party. We went camping. It's like we went from like being kind of just barely knowing each other to being like best friends in like a little over a month. So it was actually quite a great experience, like getting to know him. So, but that's what I mean. It's like God has a way of like, hey, you're seeking out, you need help, you need other people around you. Here you go. Here's somebody that's gonna help you. And it's just me learning little by little, like, God's plan for me. Because my whole time, I've always like kind of been in community. Like for instance, way before I was a flat earther, I was asking God for answers. I was like, what is this place? Where am I? Because I knew things were strange. Like I would look up at the moon, I would look up at the sky, and I'd just be like, that's not right.
It's off, right?
It's not right. Yeah. Like, remember when there was the big cross in the sky? It was like the star constellations and they made a cross. Yeah. I remember looking at that with a friend, and I said to myself, that shouldn't happen. Like, that's just weird. Like, I just knew that something was amiss. Like, I saw that, and then, my friends were all like, let's go party, like, whatever, let's go get drunk. And I'm just like, no, you guys don't understand. Like, what the heck is that? What is going on? And it was like it didn't even touch anybody. Like for some strange reason, for me, it just irked me. It was just like, okay, there's something going on here that is not making sense. Like they're telling us we're in space, and then when I found out that the moon is just close enough, that's around the time I found out the moon was just close enough to us, and the sun was just far enough to us to where they're the exact same size. And I was like, okay, that's not right. That's not right. And that's when I started realizing, like, this is not what we think it is. And everybody thought I was crazy. Like I would stand out my best friend at the time's front porch, and we were looking up at the sky, and I would say like, something's wrong here. And he'd just be like I was insane, like whatever, man, like you don't, and I'd be like, well, how come the stars are always in the same spot? Like, aren't they supposed to be changing? Or like, how come we don't get, like I was asking these questions way before Flat Earth. So when Flat Earth came along, it was just like a aha moment. It was like, no doubt. Yeah, I was like,
it's like most people that don't have these questions, like they're not able to connect the dots because it's not something that it has nothing to do with intellect, and that's what people don't understand. And I can't even explain more than it has to do with just being humble. Yeah. And we're deceived. That's it. Yeah. Suck it up. You're deceived just like everybody else. The quicker you get over that, the quicker you figure it out.
The better.
That's pretty much how it is. It's not like you're smarter or you're more intelligent. I'm sure all that helps with figuring out the science and stuff like that, and mathematics and things like that. Definitely, but in the whole scope of things, your intellect is not going to help you where it needs to help you. Humility is, and your intelligence in that humility is what's going to get you where you need to go. Because you're going to be able to come to certain truths better than most other people.
Right, because you're going to be able to have that inward lens, like that honesty with yourself. You're going to be like, okay, I got to be honest with myself. This.
It's okay to be deceived because it's not that you want to pass that deception on.
Right.
They think they're not deceived because they think that if they believe a lie, they're going to pass it on. There's no way they believe a lie because they're not going to pass on it. So what they believe is not.
Right.
It's that type of thinking.
Yeah. It's sort of just like, this barricade that they create for themselves by saying like, there's no way I could be wrong, so therefore why should I even, reconsider this, or
I'm sure I mentioned in the car. You're wrong. You've always been wrong. You're crazy. You're like, why have you thought about this your whole life? You've been crazy your whole life. What are you doing? Just any of those kids that just doesn't get it. Don't sit in the corner.
Yeah, that was one of the things. Is like I still get this today where people say like, "Well, you never learned this in school." It's like, no, that's the point. We've learned it in school. I actually went back and questioned this.
The kid that just don't get it.
Yeah.
Like when I look at that, there's a lot of kids that got caught up in like drugs and alcohol, which I did, because we just didn't get it. Because we asked questions and we didn't really figure the school system. the way it was structured, the indoctrination of it.
Yep.
I came here at a time where, at a critical time, where at the age of 4, so I questioned everything. Someone's like super special idiot, didn't get it type of child. So that in itself didn't work out for me then, but it worked out for me later because I got through myself. So,
Yeah.
you know, I really think that as much as we can do as many experiments, like flat earthers getting together, it's better, or not better, I think it's more powerful that parents get together with children and do experiments, things like that.
Yeah.
Get together in groups and things like that.
Just show them the rationale behind the understanding, because it's not, because like, I was talking to Mikey Smith earlier today. We were on the phone for like almost an hour, and he was saying like how like he hates it when people say, oh, why do you believe in the flat earth? It's like, we don't believe in the flat earth. We know the earth is flat. We used to believe in the ball, but the reason why flat earth is not a belief is because we've actually went out and tried to disprove flat earth and actually proved it in the process, Like when you're making observations that are physically impossible, when you're observing, things in the heavens that are just physically impossible with the heliocentric model, it's done. It's over. It's not a belief anymore.
If you think about like stars or all fires of light,
Yeah.
when it's complete opposite in so many ways, your mind is not going to, it's already formed to this structured belief.
Yeah.
So it's like to pull out of that and anybody to enter, entertain a thought of water, like the heavens being water, the stars being some luminescence, however you.
Yeah, solar luminescence.
Yeah, however you say it. That's very hard for people to even understand because they don't have the background of understanding what that is. They don't know cymatics. They haven't researched it. They haven't been educated on it. So
they think it's pseudoscience, and it's hilarious. I've had some guy try to tell me like, because when I said, the stars are not balls of fire, they're actually sort of like because I was saying like the solar luminescence, like water, like an air bubble collapsing and creating light, whatever. I was like, that's been produced in a laboratory. And he's like, no, it hasn't. I was like, dude, it has. It's been done. Like that's the point. Is like that's already been proven. It's like nobody's created a ball of fire that that produces like. For instance, you could take a candle and like you can like magnify candlelight and it will never get warm and hot. Like candlelight won't do that. Whereas in like sunlight does that. So what is the sun? The sun can't be fire. You can't produce, not to say that, because I even, like I was talking about Mikey, like the sun might not be necessarily producing the heat from the light itself. It might be also a byproduct of noble gases and stuff like that in the atmosphere. Who knows what it is? But the point is like the ball of fire story doesn't even make sense to begin with. So when people say like, oh, that's never been proven, they don't realize that like there's so much like flat earth science, like what I'm calling flat earth science, that has been proven, and then all this theoretical nonsense for like the heliocentric model has never been proven, has never been recreated. They've never created like a ball with water going around it and having its own atmosphere in a vacuum. Like that's never been done. You know what I'm saying? Like that'll never happen because that's physically impossible. And that's the thing is, it's like they're so caught up on that schooling that this is the way it is, but they've never actually been produced with any sort of, they're never actually been presented with any sort of physical, tangible evidence for these theories. They're just stories. Fish tales or whatever you want to call them.
I think by a certain time, once you get up, for me, I can't speak in a way where I dropped out of college in my second year. I never graduated anything else. I don't have a college degree, so I can't speak with that background. But what I get, what I understand from is where after you get your graduate studies, after you get to research loans and stuff like that. Your research, so many things are invested into the tool to go how to do things. So Actually, you know what? I should speak like I know this, but
No, but you're right. Is like they're like what you're saying is, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but nobody's getting paid to research what the quote unquote facts of the truth are. Like nobody's going back and like researching these fantastical theories of gravity and stars on their own. Like if they're not getting paid to do it, nobody's doing it. You know what I'm saying?
but there's research. You're not going to get research grants if you're researching something that contradicts mainstream science.
Right.
You're not going to get those grants.
Right.
That's where my
There's no money in it.
there's no money.
Yeah.
Because if you're contradicting with the mainstream,
Especially
logic,
when they have already vested interest in the system that's already in place. Why would they fund money to disrupt that system that's financially profitable?
people's careers, people's salaries, people's whole livelihoods are on the line from years of research that were faulty at best. They were tampered with to make results in the end fit the narrative. I mean, this is what I get, but I'm not someone that graduated college. This is just what I get from being a college dropout.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, you're actually a smart individual for being a college dropout.
how can you get where somebody like me, as a college dropout, can see certain realities of us not moving, living in an emotionless plane, stars and sun moving around us? How can I see that?
Because
Or
yeah,
I
because you
don't-
need
That's
yeah.
not doesn't happen.
because you need to be taught to not believe it in order to not believe it. That's the point. It's like, yeah, you dropped out because you're not going to allow yourself to succumb to that sort of like mental brainwashing, that mental conditioning to believe certain things that go against everything everything you experience, in life. Like
Did you grow up learning different cosmologies?
a little bit. I mean, not like cosmology as in like the Earth, but like more of like religious cosmologies or whatever. So like my mom, growing up, like she dabbled in so many different religious beliefs that I kind of got to see a little bit of everything, which is probably why I'm a Christian today, because of just realizing like, okay, all these other religions are just so, I mean, I just want to say just like satanic or evil. They're all like rooted in some like dark stuff, so it's like,
So what interested me, what was always interesting me, is how always like all the different cultures and things, like all the cosmology is very similar, but they're very eloquent or very they were represented by animals and things like that.
Yeah.
They never matched what science taught us.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
of
yeah.
those they were similar in some way, in some way they're really similar in being described through pictures and things like that. But when it came to the age of science, it's completely different. I mean, it doesn't match
anything.
anything at all.
Yeah, it's like its own thing.
And the only thing that supports it is a language called mathematics.
Yep.
So, I mean, the mathematics is that you can use mathematics to make any model and use the language itself to fit that model itself. So
Yeah, like my like people always say like, math proves the Earth is a ball, and I say, well, math you can create computer generated worlds that don't exist, and that's all made with math. So who's to say that this ball world, shenanigan or crap that they teach us, exists anyway either? Because it could just be a construct of mathematical origin as well, So that's the thing, is math doesn't prove anything. It's just a language. It's like I can use French to say so many different things. I can say good things. I can say bad things. I can make things up in French. That doesn't make what I say any more true just because of the language I use. And I think that's where a lot of people get stuck on. They always say, well, math backs it up. And it's like, math is just language. I mean, of course, any language can back up any lie. So it doesn't matter how truth it seems to you. Just because the language backs it up doesn't make it true at all. That's a logical fallacy in itself. Like, just to make that proclamation that math proves anything. No, you know, the mathematical world of Minecraft isn't a reality just because math can back that up. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, it's flat in that game as well.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I remember playing Civilization. It was like a game. It was a computer game a long time ago. No, the maps are always flat. I mean,
Yep.
if you never played any sort of that type of game on a globulous
Yeah, or even like
format.
even in reality, like because I get this. I'm sure you get this a lot, like online or whatever, where people say, um, you know, like the Earth is a ball because we have Google Earth and stuff like that. But I say to them, like, nobody is navigating with a ball. Like, you don't see sailors out there with a globe making, charting routes. You don't see, naval or airmen charting routes on a ball. They all chart routes on flat maps. Like, period. Nobody's taking a ball and saying, I'm going to travel here to here and mathematically plot my position from here to there. Nobody's doing that.
They use the stars to be able to, well, at least in the ancient times, they used the
Yep.
stars to navigate. And that, yeah, it yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so true. So true.
So it doesn't seem like we're going to be getting connected.
All right, we're back. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
So, yeah,
But yeah, preaching to the choir, right? We're on it. We understand it. And yeah, there was this, who was on the chat earlier that was talking like, because I had tattoos, this and that, I'm not allowed to talk about anything. You know, we weren't all perfect people, before we came to the Lord in the first place. So, you can't hold me to that, just because, I lived the ignorant life for so long. You know what I'm saying?
gives you more glory.
Yeah. I mean,
Anybody that judges you for the way you look, anything about your past, before you came to the Lord, doesn't realize it just gives them more glory, and it shows the person for who they are. And that's, for me, I've had enough experiences in that type of, with people that have that type of mentality, and after a while, it's just like, it got to me at first, but I realized how conditioned people are, not realize this whole life is a test.
Yep.
And what you're doing right now is you're actually being tested. You're
Yep.
failing on being judging someone that you know nothing about.
Yep.
You're judging them in a way, condemn them about their past, and not knowing what led them to the Lord. So,
Yep.
people can do that, but I very much try to tell people not to judge others because you really don't know what the Lord has planned for them.
exactly.
At all.
Exactly.
So try to be humble in the blessings that you do have, and that's the only way you can really do it.
Yeah.
People out there judging people like, this or that. You can hear God, we cast out judgment in that way. Sorry. It's not something I would recommend.
It's not right,
So that's just for me. Especially about somebody looks, man.
Yeah.
You didn't realize we're like spiritual beings in this material world. You don't know anything about that reality, the truth of that, then you're already lost.
Yep.
So,
So true.
I mean, I highly suggest people that just got into the flat earth, look into Zen Garcia's work, I even took his book, Zen Garcia, look into Jonathan Fleck, that's a little bit way more advanced than most people, way more advanced. If you're a believer, come to Torah, know what that is. All these conferences, learn why people are networking and trying to fellowship. Don't be so judgmental about people that might not come to the faith yet, that might be pagan right now, that might be a different religion, because
Agnostic or
whatever,
whatever.
because that's, you don't know how the Lord works. Here to lead people to the Lord and to judge them for who they were, what bodies they were born into, what culture or religion they were born into. That's some whack ass listen to that kind of shit.
Yep.
So if you're just getting into the flat earth, know that to make judgments and not understand what this is. Some people will see it, and some people won't. It's for them to see, and some people won't. And you force it upon them, or you force other things upon them, you're not doing God's will.
Yep.
Lead those people to the Lord. You don't drag them. So there's that.
Yeah, that was before I came to the Lord. I made my mistakes, but I've given up that life. I've repented of my sins, and I quit my job as a tattoo artist and took up a job of labor, and I read the Bible every day, devote myself to God now. So regardless of what mistakes I made in my past, that's my past. I understand they were wrong. Now I do. Before I didn't know. So
And this whole flat earth is a cleansing sort of thing.
It is. Yeah, it
a lot
is.
of people that are the type of people that go to church on one day of the week, and for the rest of the week they're going to be those type of people that are everything is solved for them for that 1 hour in church.
Yeah.
And they don't want to search out further. This life, you have to seek Him out every second of every day. And that's, I didn't know that. And it's something I'm coming to learn right now, which is why I think that He allowed me to know He was always there.
Yeah.
Because I sought Him out.
Yeah.
So I highly suggest everybody else to do the same, no matter what faith or religion or country you're from, no matter what someone thinks of you or what you believe or anything like that. If you're really searching the truth out in a way that is totally unadulterated and pure, you'll find Him, because He's leading you to Him.
Yeah.
Just be humble. Just be humble and know that you're going to be wrong most of the time. It's okay. It's a cleansing. That's a cleansing. So
Exactly.
that's my thing.
Well said.
Yeah. So you want to kick in and talk a little bit?
Sure. Sure. Go ahead. Should I end the stream?
Yeah, this is
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna talk for a little bit, whatever. But thanks for joining us for a little bit. Appreciate it, guys. I have to go back and read some of these crazy chat messages or whatnot. But yeah, man, pretty awesome meeting a fellow flat earther. So how do I pronounce your name again? Malav. So Malav, man, great dude. But yeah, I love you guys. Much love, and